All right, Mike Heck here backstage at BKFC 19 with one of the big winners tonight. Maybe the biggest winner so far, Taylor Starling, the Queen. What a performance.
Queen Killer, whatever you
the
want.
Killer Bee, the Queen Killer, first team all violence. There's so many nicknames we can call you right now, but talk about that performance. I mean, you just came out absolutely on fire tonight. Give us your thoughts on what you did tonight.
Actually, I was super nervous. I felt like I had set the bar in my last fight, so I knew I had to go in there and top it this time. But I just had tunnel vision. I was looking at Cassie, and all I wanted to do was just knock her head off, and that's basically what I went in there and did. That's all I could focus on was I wanted to hit her first, I wanted to hit her hard, and I wanted to hit her last, and I wanted to finish her in the first round. I didn't want to take any damage this fight.
A lot of talk was about her durability and her ability to take punishment, and that's what made this fight so interesting. Plus, you have a very technical style. Obviously, you were very technical tonight, but you were super aggressive. Was that the game plan from the start? Just come out and just go full bolo at her and see if you could break her quickly?
Well, see, we already knew I was tough. By my last fight, we already knew that I was tough. I wanted to prove that I'm technical and that I could go in there and pick my shots and think clear-headed and not just go in there and brawl like a mad woman. We all know I can do that. I wanted to go in there and show that I had some really good boxing. And then once I saw that she kind of was crumbling, I wanted to capitalize on that. So that's where my aggressiveness kicked in. I didn't want to give her 1 second to even come back up for air.
Did your nerves go away when you walked out? Because the walkout was tremendous tonight.
Honestly, yes, they did. Yeah, I felt like, okay, I'm home.
Did you see her singing and dancing to it too?
Yes, and that meant a lot to me because like I was feeling her music in the back. Like I was in the back like, ooh, ah, like ready to go. So to see her feeling it was just awesome. She's a really cool person, so it was just an awesome experience.
Can you talk about what kind of comes over you when you get into that ring? Because we've seen you all week. You're very humble. You're very nice. You're a sweetheart. Let's just throw that out there. You're a sweetheart. But when you get in there, it is just a different person. It seemed like at one point when you were putting the finishing touches on the fight, I don't know if you were screaming at her, but it looked like you were screaming while you were throwing those punches. Is that what happened? And what sort of comes over you when you get into the ring?
I probably was. Like even when I hit pads, I screamed like a mad woman. All I can think about is like the long days, the early mornings, the late nights I'm coming home, the hours I'm at work, the nights I can't sleep because I'm so overwhelmed, and I think about all of that and my children and how I want them to have the best life. I think about all of that when I'm in there, and all I can think is like, this person is trying to take it away from me, and I don't want that to happen. So I really channel that dark place in there, like not in a bad way, not in an uncontrollable way, but just in a way that's where I can get my frustration out towards that, if that makes sense.
Do you feel like you took a big step forward tonight in terms of your career and where you can go right now? Because I feel like you're one of those people on this card that's really close to breaking out, especially after that last fight, but going in there and just having a dominant performance like that, do you feel like you took a big step forward?
Absolutely. Like I said, I really set the bar last time, and this time I knew that it was a lot of people said like you don't have anything to lose going in there tonight, but realistically, like if I went in there and I lost, everyone would have kind of just swept me under the rug or not really cared anymore. So I knew I had to keep that momentum. I knew that I had to exceed the expectation that I set for everybody. So I just wanted to go in there and do that because I knew I could. Again, I knew I could.
Last question, how do we capitalize on this? What do you want next? When do you want to get back in there? Because it was a short night. You didn't take a ton of damage. I mean, of all the fighters, you probably took the least amount of damage of anybody maybe. So where do you want to, when are you thinking about maybe coming back? I mean, you just fought, so I don't want to like overwhelm you with this stuff, but is there anybody you have in mind in sort of a time frame?
There's nobody I have in mind. I want to fight whoever they want me to fight. I want them to tell me what to do. That's my job. This is my job. I don't dislike anybody. I don't feel like there's anyone I just really want to like call out. I want to do what my bosses tell me to do, but I do know that I want to be the first women's champion, and you know, whatever that takes to get there. And someone might get the opportunity before me, but that's what I want for myself, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, whatever they tell me to do to get there.
Are we getting a bonus tonight or what?
Hell yeah. I hope so. I'm sorry, David Philman. I didn't mean to say that disrespectful, but I hope so.
Taylor, congratulations. Great performance tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.